this is Manindrago from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pro Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade. This is FBC News. Tonight, police given access to all drivers' records held by Land Transport Authority. Trade Ministry hopes for more small and micro enterprise grants in the new budget. And yoga becomes part of school curriculum. The Fiji police force will now have access to the information of all licensed drivers in Fiji. The Land Transport Authority and police hope this will enhance traffic law enforcement. Ali Kimbia has more.
Due to the increase in the number of traffic infringements, drivers' records will be used for all future investigations.
We are in part to share the information that is now with the LTA in terms of driver information, the vehicle registration information, and that will assist the Fiji Police Force in terms of our investigation, in terms of our enforcement.
Misra says those with extensive records of traffic violations will be charged and taken to court rather than just being issued a monetary fine.
Those drivers who are going to be caught to see that they appear in custody rather than we bail them if they are caught for drink and drive.
I believe it's very good for the drivers too. If they involve somewhere, any place, any trouble, they same time can call police.
Like we got some reckless drivers on the road, so in that way the police will be really fast to track them.
For the Land Transport Authority, the information sharing will further enhance their service delivery.
We want to be consistent in informing the way we do our work. So here again, at another level, where we are getting our system over for the police to understand and know, what is in the system, how we search for information, how we share information, and how we work together to become more and more effective in the areas of enforcing and even prosecution.
There are more than 100 cars on our roads. Both enforcement agencies believe there is a great need to ensure safety for all road users. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A new national budget will be announced in just over 24 hours, and public anticipation is building as to what's coming. FBC News took to the streets of the capital to hear what some have put on the wish list. Maggie Boyle with this report.
National budgets can be an eventful affair, with new taxes leaving you scratching your head and concessions having you jump for joy. The budget affects most everyone.
As we said in the consultations, we can't give everybody everything all at the same time. It's a question of prioritization.
FBC News took to the streets of the capital to find out what some people expect in this year's budget.
I think it's for the duty of cars, to raise it high so that less cars coming to Fiji at the moment. We can't cater, the road is so small. We have traffic jam all the time.
A decrease in consumable items, especially, and that's it.
So concerned about our transport, so it can be dropped based on taxi fare, bus fare, carrier fares.
Especially the cost of living we are facing now.
Everything should be go down, or we have to buy something it's going down.
All the prices should go down for the goods. Fuel prices should go down a little bit down.
Especially for the food items, we would like to see the food items will be dropped. So it would be good for us to budget our food items, especially at home.
I'm not really good with figures, but I guess it's just the best thing to do is for the tax to go down. Yeah.
These opinions reflect sentiments of many Fijians across the country. The budget, after all, affects each and every one of us. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
And preparations are underway for tomorrow's announcement of the new budget. Finance Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum says one of the reasons that they have chosen a night event is to make it more inclusive. Said Qayyum adds they are also using the later time slot to allow for further analysis of the budget and provide more information to the media and general public.
People have said that when they're at work at 10 a.m. in the morning, they don't actually get to listen to the budget speech. They simply are dependent on third-party sources. So this is also to provide an opportunity for people to be able to, have their family dinner and sit down and see what's in the budget. And it provides for a lot more interaction and first-hand information.
With Budget 2017 scheduled to be announced at 7:30 p.m, the new taxes, tariffs and concessions would then be effective from the approaching midnight. The Ministry of Industry and Trade has big expectations from tomorrow's budget announcement. Speaking to FBC News, Trade Minister Fayaz Koya says they have a number of sectors of great importance to the government. Last year, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism was allocated $58.9 million. Minister for Industry and Trade Fayaz Koya says most important are the Micro and Small Business Grants Program, whose budget was increased to $2.2 million last year.
So we have made submissions to the Minister of Finance, obviously, for extra funding. And as you would have seen from the amount of applicants for the grant itself, almost 26,000. So it's an area where there's a lot of interest from the general public.
Koya says they're also hoping for an increase in the budget for the Department of National Trade Measurement and Standards that was allocated $3.5 million last year.
As you know, after Cyclone Winston, we really need to do a whole lot more with respect to standards. Again, also, Commerce Commission and the Consumer Council also falls under us, and this is for protection of the consumer at the end of the day. And those are institutions that we always need strengthening.
As for the tourism industry, Koya says the emphasis and focus are really on growth areas and marketing them is key. Tourism Fiji's marketing grant was increased from $23.5 million to $30 million last year.
And for forever growing, our growth areas, India and China, are two areas that we specifically have targeted. We've got additional flights that have gone into Singapore and of course San Francisco recently. So this will also require extra marketing from Tourism Fiji.
The national budget will be announced tomorrow, ushering in a new financial year. The Fiji Police Force has submitted their request for the 2016-2017 national budget. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio has promised his men that restructure will take place soon. He says most promotions are not happening in the force and this has affected the morale. Commissioner Ngilio says the force has high expectations for this year's budget announcement.
The budget come out very shortly, and we can make further comment on how I'll tackle the next year. But it's a good, interesting budget that we've held consultations with, and so far I'm happy with what we've consulted on, and I'm waiting for the black and white of that to come out.
The Fiji Police Force was allocated $132.10 million last year. Coming up on FBC News, new road open in Namaka Nandi providing much needed relief for commuters. And Tourism Fiji appoints new chief executive and board chair. Stay with us.
FM rocks. My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Republic of the Fiji military forces are eagerly awaiting for the 2016-2017 national budget announcement tomorrow night. Military Commander Rear Admiral Viliaminau Poto says plans are in place to improve infrastructure to include more servicewomen. He promises all Fijians that safety and security are top priorities. The RFMF was allocated $93.6 million in the last national budget.
Budget is on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. Now we will wait and see on what we get. We've made our submissions, and we'll wait and see what we get on Wednesday.
The national budget will be announced at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Motorists travelling to and from the Nandi International Airport through Namaka can now enjoy the free flow of traffic with the opening of the 1.5-kilometre newly constructed road. The Fiji Roads Authority hopes to fast-track other programs in the west now that the first half of this project is complete. Madhyam Bolaitamana with this report.
The free flow of traffic at this Namaka stretch of the newly opened 1.5 kilometres has been a long time coming.
Our program is something that is continually adjusted with a hope to bring forward early deliveries as soon as possible so that, the travelling public and the taxpayer gets the benefit and the value for their money as soon as possible.
As motorists enjoy the new facility, the FRA is calling on the public to take the necessary precautions because this is still an active worksite.
The old lanes that we have closed, the contractor is mobilising as we speak, has been this morning, and they will be mobilising their construction through those areas wherever the program is sequencing. This will start from Butwa level roundabout and work their way up towards Namaka.
Khan says while they hope to complete the project at the soonest, the FRA is also looking to tomorrow's budget announcement with great expectations.
We all await the announcements coming at the end of this week, looking forward to the outcomes. And as far as the projects go, they're already part of that, and we keep going.
The multi-million-dollar Nandi Airport to Denarau Road upgrade is expected to sync with the completion of the Nandi International Airport modernization project in March 2017. Madhyam Bolaitamana, FBC News.
Students around Fiji can now practice yoga as part of their physical education classes. The Ministry of Education has implemented a policy to help students cope with academic work and stay healthy. Kelly Vadala has the details.
With a high number of children suffering lifestyle diseases, the Education Ministry is turning to health education and mental stability programs. Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says yoga will help stabilize students' minds and help them concentrate.
We find that so many of our children suffer from ailments such as breathing issue, obesity, heart diseases, and lifestyle sickness. The holistic benefits of yoga embodies unity of mind, body, and the thoughts.
This year's International Yoga Day theme is Yoga for Harmony and Peace. It aims to tackle stressful situations and promote moral values such as discipline and respect in students.
Students, they're able to concentrate on what they do, and yoga to that extent helps a lot.
Many students at Sanatan Dharam Primary School in Losori have already taken a liking to yoga, hoping it will help relieve tension from their studies and social life.
Children are in stress for doing lots of homework. They can use it to calm their body down.
Children will be calmer. They will know how to control their mind, objects around them.
You can relax our mind very well in homeworks.
Yoga balances the soul and the body, physical health and mental well-being. It promotes harmony amongst people between ourselves and the natural world. The Ministry of Education intends to teach yoga to these students in their physical education classes and some school-based programs. Kelly Vavala, FBC News.
The Indian government will provide almost $5 million to support Fiji's small and micro enterprise program. A memorandum of understanding has been signed between Trade Minister Fayaz Koya and Indian High Commissioner to Fiji, Viswath Sapkal. Koya highlights that SMEs are an important engine of growth in our economy. Sapkal says the Indian government is committed to assisting Fiji in any way it can.
Our partnership in the development process of Fiji. Small and medium scale industry sector is always important because it gives benefit to all the players of the community. So we are very happy to be part of this development process.
The next distribution of small and micro enterprise grants will be held in Savu in September. Sports now, and Jamie joins us with the very latest.
Nagasaki, and good evening. After the break,
Fiji Netball hope to appoint coach by August. And Oceania Swimming Championships underway in Suva. These stories and more coming up.
आपको खरगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोरो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी। हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब वहाँ में कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
The Fiji National Sports Commission has offered to take a budget cut given the need to channel money into Tropical Cyclone Winston recovery. Commission Chair Peter Maisy says its budget request targets 4 key areas. Vashnil Prasad reports.
That includes... The Fiji National Sports Commission proposed a $3 million reduction from its previous allocation of $10.3 million.
I'm not saying we're going to get it, but everybody's hopeful and will work as best they can. But I think one of the good things coming up this year for the is that the majority of that money this year is for hosting tournaments. So it's not for going to the Olympics or something. It's for events that we're going to be holding in Fiji.
The Sports Commission has put the others' needs first, knowing that many are still recovering from the cyclone 4 months ago.
Realising that we've gone through the cyclone, we have to redevelop the country and everything. Everybody's been looking at having a reduced budget, and so we've worked along those lines as well.
The Commission has asked funding to host international events, overseas trips for sporting federations, salaries for international coaches and development programs.
Hoping that we're going to continue to get our development grant, which is our grassroots development. So we've started up some new programs this year. They were the result of the cyclone and having to re-look how we do programs. And the big one we're doing now is working with Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education.
Funds for the 2016 Olympic Games were budgeted last year. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji Netball hopes to appoint its national coach by August. The association has shortlisted 3 applicants and is engaged in final interviews before selection. Vashnil Prasad reports.
6 months after Kate Carpenter resigned as Fiji Netball coach, the association is making progress in appointing a successor. President Wainiki Timbong Indrau says there were 12 applicants and 3 have made the cut for final selection.
I can confirm that the 3 are from the 3 netball continents of Oceania, Asia and Africa. So we are in the process of negotiating with our first choice. And we are coming around that. There's a lot of considerations to be made.
Whoever takes up the post, Fiji Netball says it's committed to selecting someone highly qualified.
The coach has to be a high-performance coach. The coach should have coached at the elite level, and when I say elite, it means at the ANZ champs or a national team that is in the hopefully top 5.
Bogindrau confirms the process should be completed in next 2 months.
It is in August is when we'll have the Punjas Digicel National Championships, and it will be held in Singatoka this year. And we expect the coach to be here, not only to be, doing talent ID, scouting for players for our national squad, but also here to assist, prepare the under-20 squad who will be playing at the World Youth Qualifiers in September.
Netball Fiji has maintained its 7th place global ranking for a while now. It will be up to the incoming coach to improve on that, starting the test matches later in the year. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Flying Fijians will face unbeaten Georgia in its test match on Friday. The John McKee coach side has shifted its camp to Thompson Park in Navua from today. The team is concentrating on the backline, which is expected to make the difference in the match against the visitors at ANZ Stadium.
What we are reinforcing is catching and passing, decision making, and certain patterns of play that can help us play an expensive game, as well as using the force to take it up. So a bit of variation in that.
Meanwhile, Fiji maintains its 10th place in the World Rugby rankings released this morning. The Fiji Football Association is pleased with the huge turnout for the pool stages of the Vodafone Fiji Fact. The tournament recorded close to sellout crowds on all 3 days. Rohit Deo tells us more.
Only 4 teams remain in contention for the Fiji Fact title this year, but the highlight for Fiji football has been the bumper crowd standing up for the pool matches at Lambasa Subriel Park. Association Chief Executive Bob Kumar has commended fans in the north.
We are grateful to the supporters, the fans of Lambasa. They came out in big numbers to support their team, and they created that tournament environment with the cheers and I'm sure, and they all enjoyed the level of football that was displayed by all the teams during the tournament.
Considering the teams that have qualified, nothing less than a full house is expected during the semi-finals at Nosori's Ratu Kambau Park next week.
Top teams are there, and then there are a lot of followers. There are 2 southern teams, and of course Lambasa also can join the southern team. The bulk of the population are here in the Sunu area, and of course then Nandi is a lone western team, so we are expecting a good turnout.
In the semi-finals on Saturday week, Lambasa plays Nandi at 3 p.m, followed by Rewa vs Suva at 5 p.m. The final will be played at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Swimmers from 15 countries are here for the 11th Oceania Swimming Championships at the National Aquatic Centre in Suva. Fiji is hosting the event after a lapse of 12 years. Rohit Deo with the story.
Prime Minister Voringe Bainimarama officially opened the Oceania Swimming Championships last night, saying the whole country benefits from such events.
With all the flow-on benefits for our society, for our economy, and our regional and global image. And I'm very pleased that Fijian sport lovers are getting to see the very best swimmers in the Pacific performing in the pool here in our capital.
Bainimarama has urged everyone to learn to swim because not only it is an enjoyable sport, but also an essential life-saving skill.
I also encourage every parent to make sure that your child learns how to swim. It is a life skill of critical importance in the maritime nations of the Pacific, many of which, like Fiji, are also subject to regular flooding. And it happens to be a wonderful competitive sport and a great way to exercise.
Fijian swimmers are crowd favourites, having the home ground advantage, but we'll see tough competition from New Zealand, Australia and New Caledonia. Australia completed a sweep of gold and silver in both the men's and women's 10K events last night. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Wales has qualified to the elimination stages of the Euro 2016 Championships for the first time. The side defeated Russia 3-0 today to top its group. And in other matches played today, Albania beat Romania 1-0, while England was held to a 0-0 draw by Slovakia. That's it for Sports Tonight. Good evening.
Matthew Stockwell is the new Chief Executive of Tourism Fiji. Originally from Australia, Stockwell has a background in economics and marketing with a Masters of Tourism Management. He is no stranger to Fiji, having worked with the Ministry of Tourism to develop the Fiji Tourism Development Plan. The 36-year-old says he is ready for the challenges ahead.
And really looking forward to relocating here. And as I said, getting stuck into working with the board, working with the Ministry of Tourism and industry to really drive visitor arrivals to Fiji.
Fiji Airways Chief Executive Andre Fillion is the new Tourism Fiji Board Chair, taking over from Truman Bradley. It was mostly sunny across the nation today, with some brief morning showers in the south and east. Lambasa recorded the warmest spot in the country, whereas the rest of the centres were comfortable in the lower 30s. Tomorrow's weather pattern will remain much the same as today, with scattered afternoon showers late in the day or overnight. Expect a cool night. And the further outlook is for Thursday. It's fine apart from brief early morning showers. And recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji Police Force now has access to all drivers' records through the Land Transport Authority. Finance Minister to announce a new budget tomorrow evening. And yoga included in the school curriculum. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question for this week, we are asking, should there be a film about the Fiji Sevens team? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.
Pula mana Fiji, nada ko plasio materi, ngon mai na nan bulu tabiuni, au satu ko nanti, antu telite na warongo ena Bula FM. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 en seri.